May 27th, 2023. This is gonna be a hard one. I talked to him this evening. Yesterday was kind of an emotional day for me. And I could swear I could feel him. I could feel him crying. I could feel him just in misery and agony. And I started crying too. And then my son, without even realizing that I was crying, because I was doing silently, he asked me if he was crying. I don't know where. This is the third time that my son asked me that. The last two times, actually this time around too, all three times I've been able to confirm that he has been crying. My son is so intuitive and locked into him like I am, I suppose, and and so I felt him, and then with my son verifying that, supporting that feeling, I reached out to him today, and he answered me back eventually. And I'm so irritated. Obviously I'm hurt, I'm irritated. There's parts of me that just want to wring his neck, and been holding this in. I'm just trying to keep a brave face in front of my son. A little off. Of course, he confirmed that he was in distress yesterday. I have this connection with him. Kai has this connection with him. Yesterday, I tried to remove all the cords from me too, and I think I'm doing a better job, but obviously there's a lot of emotions still. Essentially, despite the fact that I'm hurt, despite the fact that that his way about things is questionable, despite everything, when it comes right down to it, I lost my fiance to mental health, to bipolar disorder. I lost him. Today I found out that he signed his apartment, the lease in his apartment, for a whole year. A whole year. He went gun-ho. Just like he came into our lives guns blazing. That's how he left too, guns blazing. No one in their right mind, no one in a stable place does this. And then he gave me the silliest reason why he felt he had to leave. The silliest thing. I was just like, oh my gosh, babe. I'm trying to just I'm gonna pause again. It's just, it's such a mundane thing that he just took and used that as an excuse to end our relationship, to leave. And I just had to put my feelings aside for a moment and just take it for what it is. That was his reason, and he feels strong about that, and in his mind that was the right thing to do with his situation the way that it is. I think balanced him would not have even considered that. It's just so heartbreaking, because that man and I have like this connection, have this really beautiful thing between us, and I'm mourning it. I am. He's a little removed from it. It affects me clearly. It breaks my heart for the both of us. I know I've said that before, because we all had such a wonderful little life together. And I have to let him go. He has a completely different journey that he needs to take. He needs to take care of self, and just talking to him today, I realized how in dire need he is of so many things. He started falling apart the minute he went back. Part of me has to say, maybe that's your karma, sweetheart. But I didn't tell him that. I don't want to make him feel even worse than he already does. There's nothing there for him. No one there for him. And I was asking him, how can I help you? What can I do for you? He had mentioned at one point before that he was thinking like he should have stayed in the next town over, you know? And I thought maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's something that he should like go back to. And I mean, that's a nice little town. And he has his provider there, so that's a good thing. He could walk to his provider, get the help he needs, start off by doing that. I'm in the town over. If he needs support, I'm here. But then I found out he signed his lease for a whole year. I realized that there's no way I can help him. Not from long distance. So there's not much I can do. Him and I were over. I don't have any hope of us getting back together. Those feelings are starting to die for me too. But that doesn't mean that I don't care about him. I do care about him. As the man that he was to me. I care about him. I would love to see him healthy, and I would love to see him happy in his life. Because I know I'm going to move on, and I'm already detaching those cords, and I'm going to thrive in what I'm doing, because I'm really passionate about the things that I'm doing for self-care, self-love. I'm passionate. I'm doing excellent for myself. I'm learning a lot. It gave me a lot of drive. The relationship exposed me and made me realize how much I missed having a soul connection, how beautiful that is. If I had forgotten, and how much I have that desire to be away for you, to be away, to have my family. So I'm gonna pursue those feelings. I'm definitely gonna pursue a new relationship when I'm ready. But it also gave me a drive in these moments of pain and the way everything went about, and the moments of trauma, I've transmuted that energy to drive to just be better, because there was a part of me that took that on when he blamed me for it. I really took it on. And I sat here and wondered over and over again for a while, what could I have done to been better? And he didn't need to attack me. I attacked myself. I attacked everything about me. And I decided I don't want to have those things too. I want to do something about the things that I find that I attacked myself on. And so I got a therapist. That was the first thing I did. Because I wanted to see the perspective, hear the perspective of a professional, you know, telling her about my end of things, and then also my thoughts on self and what happened between us. And thank you so much to his mom. Thank you so much to my therapist. I don't know, my friends that have come through in those moments where I needed just the support and the love and the appreciation and the laughter. I'm so thankful, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Thank you to the community that I work with. It just is outpour of love and compassion and so many hugs, and I'm so thankful for everybody that's come through for me that I didn't expect, people that I did expect, and they were there, and I'm really thankful. I really am. I've been blessed. I've been blessed by the people the strangers that have helped me, the strangers that have paid for my meal with Kai, the strangers that have paid for, that's happened on several occasions. I've been really fortunate. The universe has taken care of us gently in all of this. And I haven't been very graceful in the last little while, but I think it's because for the most part I tried to be compassionate. I tried. I wasn't this last time. This last time I just let him have it, and I'm so hurt inside. But I hurt mostly because I miss him so much. I miss my fiance. I miss his nerdy voice and his dorky ways and his weird little shifty eyes, and I just miss his presence. That man was my best friend and my lover, and there was nothing wrong with us. That's the saddest part. There was nothing wrong with us. We were so perfectly normal, and I want to say above normal. We were pretty fucking awesome. Our issues were very typical, and there were things that were happening because we were a new couple figuring things out. And like I said, had he been in his senses, had he been in his right mind, those would have never been things that would have bothered him. Those would have never been things that would have surfaced as a reason to do what he did. I truly just lost my fiance to his bipolar episode, his rapid cycling. And he's so broken right now. He's not himself, even though it's hard to talk to him because it's not the man I remember. Now, today, when I talk to him, when I text, we're just texting. It was a little easier, but I think it was a little easier because I cut the cords. I was able to say things to him in a way that he understands, and I'm not getting upset about it anymore. And I think it's because I took those cords out. I removed those cords. Didn't cut them. I removed them. But he's truly in a bad mental state. His bipolar disorder has been untreated for so long. He truly is in a bad mental state. And I told him, and this is not for my personal, I'm moving on. I'll date somebody new eventually. We're both entitled to that happiness of being with somebody. But I told him, sweetheart, please don't bring anyone else into your chaos. Don't do it. You did enough harm to my son and I. Because you tried. You tried to be my partner in his chaos. He's done a lot of chaos, but yeah, I guess it's been a while since he's been in a relationship, but like something more stable and serious. I just really hope that he takes that serious. He said, that he was gonna stay by himself. I think that's the best choice. I would hate to see somebody else go through something like this with him. I would hate to see him heartbroken again. I would hate to see that chaos for him. I want him to get healthy. I want him to get better. And after that, fly free. Find your happiness. But while you're like this, while you're seriously like this, please don't bring anyone else into this. Please get better. Please put that energy into getting yourself the help you need. In the end, I told him that I still miss him. Not the person that he is right now. I miss the person that I used to know. I hope that someday I get to see him. Get to see that person again. I told him to come visit us sometime, that my son and I have hugs for him. He told me that he misses me too. I guess it would be wrong for me not to advocate for mental health. And this May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And of all months, May. He left like April 26th. And I think he was back in Portland around May 1st or something. I lost my fiance to Bipolar 1, untreated for many years. His awful disorder, the mental health disorder, is cyclical. It only gets progressively worse with age. It only gets worse over time. It'll never get better. It'll never go away. So if you know anybody, advocate for them. Have a lot of patience, because part of this condition, according to the research, is them not really understanding that they have a disorder, especially if they feel fine when they're in their, non-symptomatic stage, which is, well, for someone who's rapid cycling, it's pretty much just a few months, 1 or 2, depending on how fast they rapid cycle. Joshua tends to rapid cycle a lot between manic and depressed, but manic and then hypomanic and then depressed. I saw all the stages. I did. He was in the depressed when I met him, and I got him into manic mode. And then here he was hypomanic, and then we went right, started nosediving into depression, and then that turned into psychosis, and I lost my fiance. Advocate for your loved ones. If they need medication, they need to be on medication. They can't be abusing substances. They can't be drinking. They can't be taking and drinking caffeine even. They can't eat poorly. They have to eat healthy. They have to get enough rest. Enough rest. They have to have a routine. You have to have code words for when you're in public. You have to be vigilant of the symptoms. Any more than 3 of them surface, you need to start contacting their support team, their medical support team. You need to start bringing that to their attention. You need to figure out plans for when schedules change, when they're sick, when they go on vacation. You guys go on vacation and they get overwhelmed. You have to plan for all the scenarios with someone with a bipolar 1. With rapid cycling. I don't know if Joshua has what it takes, but hopefully he starts in the right direction. He gave himself a year there, so he's got a year to figure it out before he moves somewhere else. I know that sometimes you watch these, so I'm rooting for you. I really am, babe. No matter how upset I get, I'm always going to be in your corner. That's what you do for a soulmate.